you came to the right show, yeah. Talk to me, tell me what's going on. Alan and MJ, we talk about back in the day to up to date. And you know it's nothing but love and no hate. FD Reese, it was the okay. Okay, let's go. Welcome to the Lineage Show. Okay, let's go. The Lineage.
From the front line of that march, to my left, march Jose Williams holding his ball. I march next to him. This is King march next to me. Dr. King march next to him. On the way to the Capitol, to hear Dr. King make that speech that day. I sat on that platform, looked out over that sea of humanity, and I had a feeling of great triumph and victory. After having gone through all of the indignities, all the sacrifices, not all seemed good.
What's up? What's happening? What's happening? Welcome to the Lineage Podcast. MJ Reese here. I don't know what Alan Reese is right now, but he coming through. Welcome to the Lineage Podcast. There you go.
I'm tardy.
Look, Randy already checking in. What's up, Randy? Welcome to the Lineage Podcast. He said he been busy, brothers. The cabinet got me strong. Hey, I feel you. We appreciate you. Appreciate you locking in. Welcome to the Lineage Podcast. Listen, we missed last Thursday. We are back. We are here. We love to be here every Thursday. We missed y'all, man. So we got a good show. We are the Lineage Podcast. If you don't know why we are called the Lineage Podcast, we are two out of the three grandsons of the Reverend Dr. Frederick D. Reese. Who was the Reverend Dr. Frederick D. Reese? He was the chief orchestrator of the voting rights movement. Say it with our chests out. We do have receipts to prove it, so come holler at us. Shouts out to, I forgot their names. We just did a tour Sunday. They came and they had a good time and to hear all the information that they haven't heard before. Speaking of the tour, if you haven't booked the tour in Selma, Alabama, let me see if I got that. I thought I had a picture of it, but it's called the FD Reese Historical Tour. If you haven't booked the FD Reese Historical Tour, please come and book the tour in Selma, Alabama. Here we go. You can go on TripAdvisor or VA to book it. We got a couple of tours lined up, a couple this month and starting next month also. So come on, book the tour. Come hear stories that you never heard. You want all the pieces of the puzzle to line up when it comes to the voting rights movement and how it all came about, led by our grandfather. Then please book the tour. You don't want to miss this. If you don't have Selma Self-Sacrifice, it is the autobiography of the Reverend Dr. Frederick D. Reese, the chief orchestrator of the voting rights movement. It talks about his life, his childhood, when he got married, even his grandkids and us, and how everything got started in his life. It's a great read, great life. So please govern yourselves to those announcements. We got a great show, a few topics that we got lined up for the day. Tell the whole truth, nothing but the truth. Y'all understand that once we show the video. And when is it time to shut up? When is it time to shut up? Some people don't know when to shut up, and we'll play a video on that. And last but not least, are we too hard on Ayesha Curry? Are we too hard on Ayesha Curry? If you don't know Ayesha Curry, she's been in the media a few times with things she said or not say or gestures when it comes to, she is Steph Curry's wife, Stephen Curry, the one of the greatest shooters of all time that played for the Golden State Warriors. Probably the greatest shooter of all time.
Probably the greatest.
Yeah, the greatest shooter of all time. So she's been in the media lately. So are we too hard on her with her opinions? So that's the topics we got lined up. Govern yourselves, but y'all already know what time it is before we get into the topics. First Nurse Kimberly Reese is doing First Nurse theme. So once again, she sent us her footage. So First Nurse Kimberly Reese always sending us to keep our health in line, spiritual in line, everything in line to get our minds right and help the week go good, man. Help the week go good. So First Nurse Kimberly Reese, We're gonna watch her video and then don't go nowhere. We'll be right back.
Hello everyone, happy Thankful Thursday. This is your first nurse practitioner coming to give you your weekly dose of health information. We are now in the month of October and it's National Breast Cancer Awareness Month. During this time, we reflect on issues concerning breast cancer research, prevention, and treatment. The American Cancer Society recognizes 40 years of Breast Cancer Awareness Month. According to the American Cancer Society report, about 1 in 8 women in the U.S. will be diagnosed with breast cancer during their lifetime, and 1 in 43 may die from the disease. Although these are harsh statistic reports, there has been tremendous progress of cancer survival rates, reaching about 1 million per year. Although the risk is very low in men can get breast cancer as well at about a 1% rate. Breast cancer chances can be prevented and reduced by regular exercise, at least 30 minutes per day, keeping a healthy weight, limiting alcohol intake, breastfeeding, eating a healthy diet that's full of fruits and veggies, avoiding smoking, checking your breasts yourself at home, scheduling regular screenings such as mammograms, and avoiding exposure to chemicals and radiation. By the age of 20 years old, women should be familiar with their breasts and do their own monthly breast self-exam at home. If any changes occur, schedule an appointment to see the doctor. Ages 20 through 40, women should get their breast exam every 3 years by a professional doctor. By the age of 40, mammograms and breast exams should be done yearly by your doctor. So remember, let's be proactive and not reactive with our health.
Can't hear you.
Appreciate First Nurse Kimberly Reese giving us our health topic for today. Yeah, Breast Cancer Awareness Month, the month of October. Shout out and prayers to all our women, man. I always say, I thank the Lord for making me a man. I'm glad I'm not a woman because I feel like women go through a lot of things, especially with their body. So women, yeah, make sure you do your self-checks and get your checkup. Because we want y'all here as long as we possibly can. We always say, I say women are God's greatest creation, and especially black women. Let me say that with my chest, especially black women. So, yes, ladies out there, please keep your health, keep it serious, and yeah, we want y'all here. Let's get into the topics. I guess we can start with, it's a longer video, but this one, let's start with the Jamal Brown. I'll play some of it and stop it. But this topic, let's go tell the whole truth, nothing but the truth. Tell the whole truth, nothing but the truth. So let's get into this video. Y'all, please share your opinions about it.
A racist and a white supremacist. How dare you compare him to Martin Luther King? The only thing that Charlie Kirk and Martin Luther King got in common is both of them were killed by a white man. Notice how many times he brings up skin color. 4 times. Jamal, he needs to repent of this ethnic idolatry and divide.
It's fascinating how quickly the word repent comes out when race is brought into the conversation, because it's not about repentance, it's about control. It's about keeping the narrative comfortable for those who have never had to question it.
You are more concerned with the color of people's skin than you are with the truth that they speak. You are more loyal to your tribe and your race and your ethnicity than you are to the people of God.
That line really says it all, because when a black pastor speaks to the pain of his community, he's suddenly betraying God. But when white pastors preach nationalism from the pulpit, it's just called patriotism. Whiteness gets to be the default. Everything else is labeled tribal. That's the double standard being exposed here.
You can't say that, Millie. You're a little white girl. You think that my authority comes from my skin color or my stature? My authority to speak comes from the word of God.
No one said your authority comes from your skin color, but your skin color has never been a barrier to it. That's the point. You're able to...
Yeah, the video about 3 minutes long, but
yeah, I'm glad it's some,
great to say yes.
I'm glad I see white people showing up, telling other white people where they're wrong. Because white people has always taught patriotism from the pulpit. You know what I'm saying? And that's what they have done, and they have used the government to use their mindset to move things along. That's why I always go back and say, MJ, and it's so true, that white people had the government to do what black people, the church did for black people.
Mhm.
As a black minister in America, you have to be an activist. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
You have to have some type of activist mindset, some type of understanding of history of black people in America to truly lead a majority black church, MJ, a
Mhm.
black ministry. You know me, the church is the body of Christ, which is all colors.
Right.
You know, that's the church. God has come, Christ is coming back. Yahshua is coming back for the church. That's the body. We have made people feel like the building that we go to is the church, but no, you're going to support ministries
Mhm.
that God has called different pastors to be pastoring over ministries, and the church come inside of their ministry to worship.
Right.
You have to bring that understanding into context.
Mhm.
But I'm happy to see that it's white people that are using their platform to tell other white people you're wrong. And
Right.
this young lady is a child that I believe grew up in a mostly white church,
Mhm.
and they have taught patriotism in that church. And she does not know American history. She only knows the white side of American history. You get
Mhm.
what I'm saying?
Right.
That's my point of view on what the young lady was saying. You know?
Yeah, and like you said before, we said in all our tours, you know, back in those days, you know, the black church was the cornerstone of the black community. So it just wasn't a house of worship. A lot of the times it became, first of all, it was where they taught certain things, and especially when it came to the voting and how to take the test and how to avoid tear gas, and it's a lot of things that the black pastor and the black churches, because later on in the video she was like, well, why are we separating black churches and white churches? And it's to the point what you just said, that as a black pastor you have to be somewhat of an activist, because a lot of your black followers, they are going through different things that the white church necessarily didn't have to go through.
You ain't never heard a white church having to have a mass meeting. Never. MJ.
Right.
I've heard the Ku Klux Klan to come together to go burn crosses in front of churches, ministries that was having mass meetings.
Right.
In the name of Jesus Christ. I've seen that. But I've never heard of the white ministries, and that's just true. They want to say no color. Sunday is the most segregated day of the week.
It really is.
Okay? So we're not blind.
Right.
Okay? And I'm not against it, MJ, because I understand culturally. What I'm saying is that the white ministries have never needed a mass meeting to help with civil situations, civil rights, voting rights, the bank not treating them right.
Right.
Yeah.
Go down the line.
They're getting lynched. You know.
Right. You're talking about redlining and certain jobs ain't hiring, and
they never,
overqualified, and
never. And that's the truth of the matter. And what I'm saying, it is okay for us to speak these things and have these conversations. That's why I want the most conservative white person to start being on this show. I would give them a segment. MJ, they can be racist to me. I want us to have honest conversation, not emotional, not opinion, history and truth.
Right.
MJ.
Right.
And I don't want to hear their opinion about things and what they heard. I want to talk about truth, and we have an honest conversation. And I always say these things. They would make comments up in the comments on YouTube, but they never would be a part of the show. Never.
Because it's gonna be tough to debate that, brother.
That's all I'm saying. I'm not what you consider a YN. I'm what you consider I know my history, and I'm Unc.
You Unc now, dog.
I got kids. I'm not a YN. That's not who I am. I'm Unc, an OG, whatever you see the gray on my beard.
Yeah.
I want to have a sit down, and I want to have real crunch hard conversation about truth with a white conservative.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, MJ?
Yeah.
You know,
Understand.
because they only getting one side in their house.
Mm-hmm.
And I guarantee it's some things that he will say, even about the black community, that he'll be surprised I agree with.
Right.
Because we have the same, sometimes understand. Some of the things that they say about our community, I agree with, MJ.
Yeah. I know. Yeah,
Our
me
youth
too.
are out of control.
Me too.
I disagree that our youth, that a white man is more, it will get violence against him by a black man quicker than a white man. That's just not so.
Yeah.
The news will show you that.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
But we don't say white on white crime. You know what I'm saying?
No such thing.
So
They
I got
don't.
Zay. I got Zay back on the line.
Okay, Zay said who? I don't know who. What is he saying? Who to?
I guess he's talking about whatever conservative. Zay, you know him. Pick him for me. Tell him I want to have a conversation with him.
Yeah, but yeah, I agree with you, man. I agree with you, bro. Yeah, it's I think at a certain time, if you're gonna tell the truth, tell the whole truth, nothing but the truth, because you're only telling one side of the story, and we always know it's three sides. It's your side, the other side, and it's the truth. And a lot of the times when you hear people spew this rhetoric, even in the pulpit, Zay said,
you know what? We're gonna have Zay on the show. Zay is, don't get me wrong, I love that's my barber. Love him to death. Been cutting my hair, been knowing Zay almost 30 years.
Yeah.
He's a great conservative, and there's some things that he has to say about our community he's right about.
Yeah.
There's some things that we had conversation on that I say, boy, you even forgot about. But we're gonna start having Zay on the show, man. We're gonna start sending him the link so he can get on here. He gonna ruffle some feathers.
He definitely is.
But some of the things he says is true, MJ.
I know.
Yeah. You know, we're gonna start having him on the show though. So get ready for that.
I want to see what he says.
I am the truth.
Yeah, I am the truth. Hey, I want to see what he say about it. I'll play both of these videos. I want to see what he say about this. This is gonna go into the next topic, but check this out, Zay.
Christian white parent who loves the Lord and loves your children, that you need to have the talk. The talk that we're referencing is the talk that takes your children according to their maturity at the proper time, the appropriate time, and says there are certain parts of town that you cannot go, and there are certain people that you cannot be around.
Yep.
Right. If there's someone who is black in our church, and they've been in our church, and we know them, and they love the Lord Jesus Christ, great. We're not talking about that person, right. But we're talking about when you go into a crowd of people. If you go into a crowd of strangers, and they're white strangers, there's some danger. If they're black strangers, there is 30 times more danger. If slavery never happened, then you would be in a grass hut.
Yeah.
Right? Well, we need reparations. Your reparations are that you get to live in America. You're welcome. You're welcome.
You get to have the Christian religion.
That's
live
right.
better than your ancestors.
The greatest moment in history for any brown or black country is the moment that the white man's ships arrive on your shore.
MJ.
Wait.
See, that's the point. I would love to have a conversation with Mr. Joel. I ain't gonna put Mr. in front of his name. I'm gonna just say Joel. He don't even deserve for me to call him Mr. MJ.
Tristan said, "Pale faces never cease to amaze me."
The thing is this, and think about what he said. Think about what he said. Now, if the record can reflect,
yeah, come on.
When have you seen white people come to our barbecue homes and a white man just come up dead, MJ? When? You safe with us. When we accept you, you safe.
Oh yeah, you safe.
No ulterior motive. You can come to our holes in the walls. You can come to our barbecue, this and that. We're gonna feed you. You're gonna eat. You're gonna eat some food, and it's gonna taste. It's gonna give you a taste that you never tasted before.
Facts.
That's just us. But how many times we seen on the news that you have a bunch of white people and that one black person will go spend time with them, and some just mysteriously happens to him, MJ.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'll say this. I disagree with the point when he said if you go into a crowd and there's a white person, you're safe. There's some danger, but a black person 30% more. If you look at all of the shootings and the mass shootings and everything, when you start talking about going into a crowd,
MJ.
I have to really disagree with that.
And don't get me wrong. Now, in our neighborhood, when them choppers and them AK get to moving,
You got to run.
Hey,
You got to get up out of
you better just, hey. I'm not saying that. And this is what they preach in their churches, MJ, in their homes.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying, bro?
Right.
And they
Right.
do it in the name of the Lord. That's why, and you know, my wife was right. It's some things that I'm gonna say in the future, but I'm not gonna say it now. MJ, you know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
About the church.
Mm-hmm.
I know I'm get some kickback on it. But you know me, MJ, just like how I broke down Granddaddy, his contribution to the movement. When I come in order and I come right, and there's nothing you can say to try to come against me. So there's some things I'm gonna say within the word of God, within scripture, in history, about, you know what I'm talking about, the name that's gonna ruffle some feathers, but it's gonna be the truth, MJ. And see, these white folks sit there in that name and they spread this rhetoric, bruh. And they think they right. They think they right. And that's crazy for that man to sit there talking about black people, the best thing that happened to black or brown people when the white man showed up on the ships.
Listen, brother. He really, like Zay said, he talking crazy. Zay said, man, he talking crazy. Tristan said, we're the only people judged by the worst of us. Zay said, yeah, out in the MJ, we give a white person a pass, but we don't give a black man a pass. Okay.
Black folk pass. Or do we give them too many passes? Tristan said, that's crazy though, bro. And we got to see that, but don't get me wrong. It's okay. What people got to understand is this: it's okay for us to talk about what white America has done to black people. Also, we have to talk about what we as black people do to ourselves. I don't say black on black crime, but we got a lot of issues within our community that we need to change, MJ. That's just the truth. Right. Every time I turn on the news in Atlanta or Selma, something went on with these guns. These young folks with these guns. We got a situation that we have these overly emotional men, boys, and every time you do something to them, they want to pull a weapon. No more fighting today. It's either you mad and and the next person gonna die, and it's crazy.
Right.
It's a lot of things that the white man, don't get me wrong, he has contributed to it. But the thing about it, we have taken ownership of it, and we still allow it to be a crutch today in our community, bro. And that's just the truth, MJ. It's the truth that we need to change. And we as black people got to be willing to say, you know what? It is some things about us that needs to change in our community to make it better.
That's facts.
You know?
Yeah, because we a lot of the times when you want to change, first you got to look yourself in the mirror. Look in the mirror first. And but we can't be oblivious to the fact that it has been years and years of systematic structure that has kept us down, and still to this day, it is still in place. So it's.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Yeah.
I want to ask you a question, MJ. Real talk. And this, I was going through Granddaddy Papers not too long ago, and he did a series on marriage, just marriage. The man role in the marriage, the woman role in the marriage, the kids role in the marriage, and all that. He was teaching it at Ebenezer. When the last time I heard a pastor do a series just strictly on marriage? And I think that's one of the things that hurts us in the church today.
Okay.
More people back in the day in the church were married. You have less married couples in the church today. That is something that us black ministries needs to tackle, MJ. They need to tackle and support and talk about that. Let's start back being married. if we are married, we fix a lot of the problem.
Mm-hmm.
And if the man knows his role in the marriage and the woman knows her role, and everybody holds each other accountable to their role as husband and wife, and then the husband and wife holds the kids accountable, then we fix a lot of things that goes on in the community.
Right. But playing devil's advocate, a lot of us, men and women, the single rate, the single mother rate is high. So a lot of the times, I think, even though I disagree with it, I think the pastors is you want to connect with the people, but sometimes when you give them that truth, that direct truth, sometimes you run them away. So I think that's what more of the pastor, that's more of the problem that they're running into, is because they're trying to appease.
And that's my point. We've been giving men truth, but it's time to turn to the role of the woman. We don't listen, MJ. It's a lot of men that don't go to church, and it's a lot of women that go home and beat their man up about it. It's a lot of pastors that's not teaching a message that will continue to keep the men inside of the church, MJ. A lot of the sermons, I told you, we went away from corporate sermons teach family. It teaches togetherness. It teaches moving corporately. Now the ministries are teaching so much of a singular sermon that it's all about self. So now, if you're teaching self, it's almost like the woman said, I got my kids and God gonna take care of me, and I'm gonna move like this and move like that. Or if a man, I got the kids and God gonna take care of me, this and that. But what we need to do is start teaching, look, you are in this situation because you forgot one thing. It's to be married and be fruitful and multiply.
Yeah, but don't we see even the men and the women that speaks up about marriage and about women knowing a wifely role and all of that, and submission. You use that word submission nowadays, you might well cuss. What I'm saying is, when you see that type of conversation come to the forefront, you get pushback. You see how they did Felicia Rashad. You see how they were doing Kevin Samuels. You see how they even doing Kendra G. You see it, both genders are getting dragged when you start talking about the role of a woman and the man that you're talking about nowadays, because they always gonna go back, well, grandmama wasn't happy and this, that, and the third. So how do you fix that?
I'm going to tell you how you fix it. Frederick Douglass said that it is easier to raise children than to fix broken men.
Yeah.
We entrepreneurs, you always lose when you invest in something. When you invest, you have something that you know that I might lose for a while. I might lose 5 or 6 years to gain a lifetime, right? I'm invested. So how about we invest into a teaching that in numbers, MJ, we might lose for a while. We might lose for a while. But the word of God said, train a child the way they should go in there, and when they're old, they won't depart. It's some people that's going to leave, but they're not going to depart, because guess what? Life in their world will beat them up and they'll come back. What I'm saying, let's stop worrying about what we lose when we're teaching what God is telling us to teach, bro. Because we are invested in what God is doing. That means that my eyes might not see the numbers right now, but since I'm invested in what God has shared with me, I'm going to teach it. And if people do lead a church, let them walk. But guess what? Keep these kids, this young people are going to hear, and they're going to come, and they're going to be transformed, and then numbers will grow.
Parents got to bring them.
We are afraid to lose. We're afraid of, man. We see that's what's wrong with the church when we start taking out these big loans, and we are so corporatized in corporate world that now what happens is that I got to teach a word that's gonna make sure people pay these tithes. They're gonna keep these doors open. See, that's the first thing in the church. So now there's debt. The debt. Right. So now that means that since I got this debt, that means that I didn't have nothing to invest, bruh. And so that's what a lot of churches they're messed up at. They didn't have it to invest. So they went off what they had in front of them, And so they realized that, you know what, I got to teach to what's in front of me to keep them there. I'm not willing to lose, bro.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. So a lot of the churches nowadays, they're not willing to lose. And you're going to be asking that's a hard feat to ask a church, because you're talking about 5 years and maybe longer, because the parents have to bring the kids to church. You know what I'm saying? So you talking about, you bring a majority of middle school, high school students, you're really gonna lose about 8 to 10 years.
But guess what, bro? You're not thinking about the people that don't go to the church because they're not getting fed. See, we only looking at what we see. But just as you lose a family that you've been telling them what they want to hear, but then the family that you lose because you've been telling them what you want to hear, it's a family out there that when you teach family and you teach the role of the man, you teach the role of the woman, you teach family, they're going to come to your church and they're going to say, I heard a word that you was teaching and I had to come be a part of it. And that means that we as leaders, are we truly walking into faith? Do we really have faith? Faith are the things that are not seen but hope for. Hope that the word that God has given me in the field is going to work out in my favor, in his favor. He's going to get the glory. Where is our faith?
Yeah.
And so because our leaders up here do not have the faith and not exercising the faith, it is hurting our community, MJ, because they're not teaching a word that's going to create order in our community.
Right. And that's the thing.
Truth.
Order is the profound word right there, bro. Order is the profound word. But right now, we so out of order that, But yeah, I agree. I agree with you. Let me read some of the comments. But I 100% agree with you. Let me read. Zay said, why y'all don't leak me? I get we'll get Zay leaked in next week. He said because they raised on the mama. Chatterbox Podcast. Subscribe to Chatterbox Podcast. What's up, cousin Dwayne? This is podcast. Y'all go subscribe to it. I think it's coming next month, if I'm not mistaken. As Black Americans, we need to present ourselves to what is acceptable in a normal society. Presentation is one of the most important things you can know. Randy said, I agree. Randy back on. He was driving. He was losing connection. He said they preach that happy and feel good messages.
That's right.
100%. Trisha said John Gray get caught cheating every week. It's hard to take a lesson on marriage from people like him. Randy Williams said, yeah, they not preaching truth. Once again, Chatterbox Podcast, going to church doesn't make you a man. A man is someone that handles his responsibility in an effort. It'd be legendary. Okay, it always goes back to generational curses that we have obtained. And until we admit that, there will never be a change. Trisha said exactly, Alan, church is a business now. Chatterbox Podcast, right? They panhandle in the worship. Until we stop judging others and work on our own salvation, we will never know God, because no man is perfect. Yeah, y'all bringing the thunder tonight. Yeah, I agree, bro. I agree with the whole from a totality standpoint. I think from the nuances, we got to start peeling those layers back, the nuances and everything.
Yeah, we the church is trying to be on what is hot.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
On a wave, and we got to start teaching truth. We got to start teaching family. If we don't have family, this is why God created us, because he wanted a family to choose him. He didn't even make us choose him. He gave us a choice to choose him to be a part of this family that calls the bride, that Christ is coming back for. But at the end of the day, we're not even exercising and doing the things that Christ want, that God he ordained us to do, and that was family. And it's so out of order, and our community is out of order because it's out of order because men have to be men and women have to be women for the community to be in order. A woman cannot raise a man cannot raise a woman. We need each other. We have to understand, if you married, that man is the head. But that man and that woman ain't nothing you should beat up on. That woman is your best asset as a man, because She would turn lemons into lemonade. You give her food, she would cook it and make a meal. She is your greatest advisor, and she's your greatest asset, and she wants you to win because the more you win as a man, the more the family wins. She's not your enemy. Even I had to learn that, MJ.
Yeah.
I had to learn it.
This would
You
be
know
a
what I'm saying? I
great.
didn't listen to the wisdom going into my marriage. You know what I'm saying? I had pride and all that stuff. You added all of it. You added it. It was there. And then what happens in marriage is that then a man tends to think that your wife is your enemy when she's not. She just want to know the plan, and it's the plan. Oh, has it been activated? And are we keeping our eyes on the prize? See, these are things the church need to be teaching. We teaching everything else about folks' education, your house, your car. That means nothing, MJ. How big your house means nothing because guess your home could be in turmoil.
Facts.
It don't.
This is a great segue to the next
Real
topic.
talk.
Speaking of marriage, we know Ayesha Curry. How many? We got 20 minutes left. Yeah, we can talk about this. Ayesha Curry. Ayesha Curry. My question is, are we too hard on Ayesha Curry? Now, before we really get into it, let me read this from Tristan. These dudes care more.
100% with that statement. I agree 100% with that statement.
These dudes care more about selling books and driving nice cars and leading their flock. I remember growing up being a pastor and was a calling. Now they treat it like a hustle. Yeah. So I have a whole lot to say, but we'll not. I guess you're talking about Ayesha Curry. Okay, are we too hard on Ayesha Curry? Now let me paint, in case you've kind of been on the rock for the past year and a half or whatever. I'll just go down. It's a few videos that I'll kind of show to show kind of what led up to this. So the first video, Ayesha Curry was on the talk show, and this is what happened.
Marcel.
Okay, if you didn't see that, she was the guy came out with the muscles, and I know Amanda, we're gonna get into it. Amanda would jump on this subject. Before you said they took her coming out of context, gotta watch the full interview. I watched 95% of the interview, Amanda. I saw the whole interview. So we saw what happened there. Now, this is another video, Ayesha.
To know that standing. Something that really bothers me and like honestly has given me a sense of a little bit of an insecurity is the fact that, yeah, like there are all these women like throwing themselves, but me, like the past 10 years, like I don't have any of that. Like I have zero, this sounds weird, but like male attention. And so then like I begin to internalize it and I'm like, is something wrong with me?
You're not looking.
What?
You're not
Like,
looking. You're not even. But I'm gonna tell you something else too. When your radar's turned off, because I dealt with that for years too. Like, and I was young, like you.
Yeah,
like,
that's
oh my
not
God.
fair.
I mean,
because I don't want it, but
Yeah.
it would be nice to know that like someone's looking.
but when your radar.
Okay, she was on the Alan. She was on the red table, and she was basically saying, you know, Steph Curry gets this, you know, people, the females throwing it at her, and she doesn't get any male attention, and it would be nice to know that
Tristan took the words right out of my mouth.
One more video.
Tristan
So
took the
this-
words right out of my mouth. I'm sorry.
Wait, this last video, the interview in this particular segment, she just asked her this, and a lot of people took this out of context. So I agree with Amanda on this. So let's watch this.
2 months and that's it.
Okay, 4 kids. Did you always knew you wanted a big family?
No. So I didn't want kids. I didn't want to get married. I thought I was going to be career girl and that's it. And I had my eyes set on my goals. And I was never the little girl that like dreamt about the wedding dress and all of that. And then it happened so early in my life. So it's like, it's one of those things like you don't know what you actually don't know what you want.
Okay, so that's kind of gave a little storyline there of I think why when she commented the last video, like Amanda said, this was the most recent video. I think why people was going so hard on her is because she kind of a lot of the times, man, she's doing some things that may not be conducive, or people don't agree with when it comes to her and what she does and says when it comes to her being white. So my question is, are we too hard on Ayesha Curry? Does she deserve a little bit of grace? And I let bro tell his opinion
Sure, you want my
first about
opinion?
this. Yeah.
Do she deserve?
Wait. Before you tell your opinion. Of course, Amanda said before you said it, took it out of context. Watch the full interview. Zay said she for the streets. Trish said she got mad because we respect her husband. Amanda said she was speaking about the most recent video. How you doing? Felicia, what's going on? Said this is really good. I think is that Carmen from Arkansas. That's what it looked like. But go ahead, bro.
First of all, we respect her. That's Steph's wife, MJ.
Okay, that is Carmen. I'm like, yeah, that's Carmen. Okay, go ahead, bro.
We respect her as Steph's wife.
Mm-hmm.
Take it to the chin, and that's just what it is. MJ, I think I'm gonna say this. Are we too hard on her? We might be. Okay. I don't know her upbringing. You know what I'm saying? I know it was once upon a time, back in the day, women were excited to be spoken for. Women prepared themselves to be wives.
Mm-hmm.
Nowadays, you could say it's the man's fault, man, whatever, whoever fault it is. Nowadays, women tend to want to be about their career and their life and that this and that. In today's time, before they want to be a wife.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's just the truth. So you are hearing the mindset from a woman who wanted to be about her career, did so happily caught a ball player.
Okay.
Caught a ball player. One of the best in the world, one of the best ever.
Mm-hmm.
Got all the money in the world. And now she has seen that side. Believe me this. She would have never said that when she first got married to Steph. But now, because who he is overshadows her. So I guarantee if I go back, she probably was homecoming queen. She was probably always the prettiest girl in the room. She was all in her circle. She was always the one that everyone looked at.
Had the most attention on.
Had the most attention.
Mm-hmm.
But in the circle she in now, everyone is her. And because people respect her as Steph's wife, and she's not getting attention, she's feeling a certain type of way because the honeymoon stage is over with. Now you're known as Steph's wife, and y'all have how many kids? Some women cool with that, MJ.
Yeah, 4 kids.
It's a lot of ball players' wives that don't care. That's cool with that. Look at LeBron James' wife.
Mm-hmm.
Cool with it. We can go down the list. Why isn't she cool with it? I don't know. Could be her upbringing, like she said. She never imagined that it was good enough for her when she was young. Why is not good enough for her now to be quiet and keep that same mindset? That's just me.
That's
I don't know.
Now, usually, you know me, I'm hard on the females when it comes to this. I would say I think we are being a little bit too hard on Ayesha in this regard. First, let me read a couple of comments. Wayne said that's part. Carmen said, if I can call you Carmen, that's what I know her as. I'm sorry. That was attacking her as a woman. She said, but she's in the cousin Dwayne said, but she's in the public eye. I'm sorry, Chatterbox podcast. Said Alan is really old-fashioned in how he thinks, but I get it. She's standing her ground. They said I don't respect her. Here's my opinion. I agree with you. She's probably was used to being in the one with the most attention and all of that. Now, I would say that I've always said I never tell a person how to feel. And I think her feelings are valid. There's some validity to her feelings.
Mhm.
She probably, like you said, homecoming queen in the third. She wanted a career. She didn't see herself being married young. She wanted to be the career-driven woman. Cool. Then not only do you marry a ball player, this is not a bench rider. This is the greatest shooter that the game has ever seen. I never tell a person how to feel, but I will say this. When you are married to Steph Curry, one of the greatest basketball players ever, it is a certain way you carry yourself. And I was going there, Tristan. She has multiple cooking shows, a restaurant, a universal respected husband, and she wants attention from lesser men because women have what she wants. Come on. That's my issue. Because how many women do we know that are married and have a career? There are plenty of women that are married and have a career.
Mhm.
But I think with her, it's a little bit of jealousy. Now, is that a normal feeling? For some people, it is.
You think she's jealous of her husband?
I think she's a little bit jealous of her husband now.
Okay.
I think she's a little bit jealous of her husband because, and then look at how he treats her. He's always defending her. But what I think Steph has to do, this is my opinion. I think Steph, behind closed doors and in their private time, he has to, and I'm not going to say silence her because you don't want to silence a woman. That's the one thing you want to do. I'm a believer that you let a woman live in her freedom and allow her to choose you. You don't make a woman choose you. You let her live in her freedom. And when she does choose you, even though she's free, it's 100 times better. But what I will say, what I think Steph has to do is in their private time, he has to take her and kind of train her. Because if not, she don't need to do all these appearances. Because what's happening is they're building a case on her. She's trying to take her ring off when the fine men walk in the room. Then she say when she at the gas station, she don't get the male attention. And she got a millionaire, 6'2", light-skinned, green-eyed husband who's the greatest shooter of all time. And then you saying, well, I never wanted kids. I didn't want to be married. I want to be a career-driven woman. What that does is building the case to show that some people may believe that you don't want to be in the position that you're in. Well, let's be honest. A lot of women would kill to be in that position. So it sounds a little bit ungrateful when you start adding all the collages together. I think two things need to happen. I think he has to pull her to the side, get in a private room, and and tell her it's certain things that you don't need. I mean, the gesture taking the ring off and the male attention thing, like, come on, Aisha. What she said this last podcast, I don't have a problem with it because she was merely answering the question of when the lady asked her, when you were young, did you see yourself being married with kids? And she said no. So I'm gonna give her a little grace on the most recent.
Steph understands her, right?
Huh?
Did she say Steph doesn't understand her?
She has said that on another occasion.
But tell me this: I don't think it's anything Steph can do, MJ.
What?
I don't think it's anything Steph can do. I think it's all her. I think she needs to go to counseling. It's nothing that
because Killer Mike said something and he jumped down Killer Mike's throat.
He can tell her everything that what you just said. He can break it down to her. The matters of her heart still gonna come out. How she feel is how she feels, MJ. Her feelings are real. So what she has to understand, your feelings could be real, but because this what I'm afraid of, and this. Just because your feelings real, are they valid?
They can, yeah.
Okay,
bro.
This is my fear. Kids get older, kids get grown. If that's how she continue to feel, that's a rough place for a marriage.
Listen to what I'm saying. I never tell a person how to feel, but you have to work through those feelings. Like I agree with Amanda, he's gonna have to sit her down and tell her to be quiet. Because
be quiet, because that's gonna make her making her be quiet.
Well, I'm not gonna say be quiet.
What I'm saying, change it, because it's doing the same thing how she feels, because she feels like she's up here and she's not getting the attention that she usually gets. So making her be quiet is a lateral move to her feelings, saying that, look, almost like you're not worthy to speak about those
Well,
things. You know what
I'm saying, like Amanda just said, LeBron don't have this
Thank
problem
you,
because
Amanda. I agree.
knows the mission.
Right.
Steph and Aisha are not on one accord. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't think LeBron. I think LeBron's wife. If you see LeBron's wife, she's beautiful.
Mhm.
She knows she's beautiful, and she does not need validation.
Wait,
from
Alan.
anyone
Wait.
else.
Wait, hear what I'm saying. Hear what I'm saying. LeBron James' wife could have the same feelings Aisha Curry is having. This is the difference. It's valid, bro. This is what I'm saying. It's a valid and it's a natural feeling because now you were on the same level and now you're seeing your husband where women are throwing themselves on him. That's gonna make any wife jealous, bro.
I'm not saying it. I don't think it's that. I think that it's not that she know women gonna throw themselves on Steph.
She ain't know it like that.
Listen what I'm saying. No wife is gonna want that. I'm not saying that. I think her biggest issue is that when they was in school, women were still out to Steph, but she was still getting the attention too. Is that it's what it is that now people are so much respecting Steph's wife is that the men like that Steph wife, leave her alone.
Correct.
And the women like they still throwing themselves on Steph and it's making her feel a certain type of way. So if men was throwing themselves on her, she wouldn't care. What I'm saying is she's not getting the attention that Steph is getting.
This is what I'm saying.
LeBron's wife just don't care. LeBron's wife not getting the attention. It doesn't matter to her because
I listen to what I'm saying. I think majority of women would go through the same feelings that I right now, bro. Answer an honest question. If Kim right now became a movie star, she didn't hit big on a show. She playing a nurse, and right now Kim becomes a movie star. And Michael B. Let me finish. Now Michael B. Jordan getting at her, Idris Elba getting at her.
That's not getting at her.
Huh?
Think what Tristan just said. It's men that beneath it's the men at the gas.
No, listen, I'm asking you. Wait, I'm asking you. Would that bring on some insecurity?
Would that bring? That's not the same, MJ.
Listen, Alan, I'm going somewhere.
You're talking about an A-list and an A-list. No, I want you to use the same analogy. Use the same analogy.
Wait, that's what I'm saying. Right now, you and Kim, this is what I'm saying. I'm using the same analogy. You and Kim right now are on the same level, right?
But that's not who coming out of Steph, MJ.
Wait,
the A-list is not coming out of Steph.
Alan, wait. Just hear what I'm saying. I'm talking about validity of the feelings. Right now, you and Kim are on the same level.
But I use the same scenario.
Wait, why you gonna let me cook? Why you gonna let me cook?
I want you to use the same scenario. You're trying to say Michael B. Jordan get killed. Is that gonna make me feel a certain type of way? That's what you're trying to say. I want you to use the same scenario. I want you to say, Kim is a big celebrity. I'm her husband, and I'm getting mad because the thought men are coming out to Kim, which I know they're gonna come out to Kim.
Alan,
but I'm getting mad the thought women at the gas station still not coming out to me.
It's different rules. It's different rules for men and women. This is why I said to Michael B. Jordan. Just hear what I'm saying. Because to Aisha Curry now, these women, you don't know who else throwing themselves. It could be celebrities too.
Okay. All right.
Right now, Kim became a movie star.
All right.
And Michael B. Jordan, Idris Elba, the Denzels, and all them getting their circles now. And they start throwing themselves at Kim. They slide in the DM.
Slide DM.
Would that bring on a level of insecurity?
Yeah, I question something.
Okay. This is what I'm saying.
But bro, like me, get up. I make sure I'm everything there is. Hey, I gotta lose that weight. I gotta get in the DM. Hey, at least when you look to your left, you're gonna say that. Hey, my husband just is fine. You working out, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, but yeah.
So
I'm gonna make sure and say, okay, all right.
I'm saying I illustrated that to prove that her feelings are valid because when they first started out in college, they was on the same level. Then he blew up.
That's right.
And so they were on the same level and he blew up. So that's going to naturally bring us some insecurity. So her feelings are valid. I'm just saying publicly, those feelings and those gestures, I'm taking my ring off and stuff publicly. Like, let's say she joked, because I'm pretty sure like most married couples, he probably got a celebrity crush. She got a celebrity crush. So she know his celebrity crush. He know her celebrity crush. So at the house, they can joke about it. So let's say they was at the house and her celebrity crush came on TV. And then Aisha in front of Steph, like, I'm gonna take my ring off. They can laugh about it, right? But in public, when you're Steph Curry's wife, you can't do that. So what I'm saying, her feelings are valid.
I think what didn't happen, Steph's celebrity crush got a crush on him. And she like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so I agree with Amanda what she's saying. It's just making Steph look bad, and I'm sorry he got defended. Miss Laura checking in. At the end of the day, she is number one, the wife. Trisha,
look at Denzel Washington. Look at his wife in his heyday. Let's say Denzel, as far as women, probably had more women out there than Steph.
Did you hear Pauletta? Did you hear Pauletta on the Oprah Winfrey Show?
I didn't hear what she said.
She said that. Oh, she see the women, and they had to have conversations about it.
Yeah,
so
but she wouldn't embarrass him publicly, though.
What I'm saying is the feelings are valid. It's just the public expression of it. What I disagree with. Tristan said, I'm sorry, Jay, it ain't the same. Men know they don't have no shot hollering at Aisha when her man is worth 250 million. It's regular women out here who actually think they have a shot at Steph.
That's right.
That's true. That's 100% true. I agree. Yeah. So Steph is he's definitely gonna get a man at that level is definitely gonna get more attention than even a woman at Aisha's level, and especially when you're a $250 million man.
Definitely, MJ.
Huh?
Because, at the end of the day, I think at the end of the day, a lot of people might disagree with this, but I think men are gonna be more respectable for Steph's wife than women is gonna be respectable of her husband.
Yeah, women, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Most women go to the game to see the men. Women go to the game to see the star. Ooh, I love LeBron. Ooh, I love Steph.
Right.
Because they think he gonna see me. Men go to the game to watch the game.
Yeah.
And look, when we go see Serena play, we're not going to see and try to see if Serena gonna see us. Even if a man does have a crush on Serena, he gonna go support her, but he gonna go watch the game. It's not to pick her up. Women actually go to the game, get good seats, and say he gonna shoot a free throw from right here, and I'm gonna be sitting up waiting on him. He gonna see me.
Right.
And that's the thing.
No, I 100% agree with it. I'm just saying her feelings are valid, but she needs some public training with it. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, y'all. That's our time. We appreciate y'all joining us. Listen, weekend is coming up, man. Y'all make sure y'all take care of y'all family and spend some family time. And it's homecoming. It's a lot of homecomings going on with college and high school. So I know a lot of people going to the homecoming games and everything. So
be safe. Be safe.
Be safe.
Be safe. Talk to your kids before they leave. Don't start nothing, and make sure they act right. Okay, talk to them boys and them girls before they leave, man. I do not want to hear all these fightings and shootings. And before we get offline, look at all the shootings at the HBCUs last week. MJ,
come on, man.
We look at the shooting that happened in Montgomery, Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the shooting that happened at the HBCU in South Carolina.
Yeah.
At the HBCU homecoming, we out here with guns and acting a fool. Come on. Black folks, we gotta do better.
Yeah.
Come on, man. We gotta do better. That's a shame. Folks, 6 people, 1 person lost their life in Montgomery, 6 got shot. I don't know how many people got shot in South Carolina. Come on, y'all. MJ, you would never hear when we was coming up shooting at the HBCU. Really?
Mm-hmm. It might have been a couple fights, but they ain't shoot.
Yeah, but shoot. Come on, bro.
Yeah, shoot. Yeah, we appreciate y'all joining us. We'll see y'all next week. Y'all take care of y'all family. We'll see y'all next Thursday.
The lineage.